Those supporting Tinubu are enemies of Nigeria, Okowa's AD says. Now, wow. The Minister of Information, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, former Minister of Aviation, Chief Femi Fani-Kayode, and Minister of State for Labour, Festus Keyamo San, have been described as expired media and political propagandists, saying that they are enemies of Nigeria for projecting the presidential ambition of the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, APC, Alhaji Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The assertion was contained in a statement on Monday by the Executive Assistant on Communication to the Vice Presidential Candidate of the PDP and Governor of Delta State, Olorogun Barrister Fred Latimore Ogenesiwe, right, in reaction to several uncoordinated public statements, embarrassing utterances, and gaffes by Tinubu trending on social media. He said it is obvious and crystal clear that the APC presidential candidate Alhaji Asiwaju Bola Tinubu was and is still very sick, battling with brain disease and other critical health problems, wherein the likes of Lai Mohammed, Festus Keyamo, and Fani-Kayode are busy projecting a man that is not fit and proper to become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on health grounds. He noted that the several blunders from Tinubu's public statements and utterances, more particularly for referring to Senator Ovie Omo-Agege as the governorship candidate of the Niger Delta State, was as well as urging Nigerians to take their APV and APC instead of PVCs to vote in 2023, among other embarrassing utterances unbecoming of a presidential candidate, clearly revealed that Tinubu was and still suffering from acute brain and mental disease, which cannot be ignored by the electorate while voting in the forthcoming 2023 presidential election. Ogenesiwe, who is also the Assistant Deputy Director of Media and Publicity of Campaign Council Management Committee of the People Democratic Party, PDP, in Delta State, urged all eligible voters in Nigeria not to vote APC and Bola Tinubu in the forthcoming presidential election on 25th February 2023, saying that it will be unpatriotic and a disservice to Nigeria to vote for a man that is seriously incapacitated and not in his right frame of mind due to an almost incurable brain disease. The Delta PDP campaign spokesman humbly advised Bola Tinubu to back off from the presidential race on health grounds, saying that anybody can be sick at any time. He passionately appealed to the APC presidential candidate Tinubu to take good care of his health by making himself totally available for the best medical care instead of compounding it with the deception and obvious false pretenses. He urged Nigerians, especially eligible voters, to take up their PVCs, not Tinubu's APV, and vote PDP and her healthy, competent, and mentally sound presidential candidate, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and his visionary running mate, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Ato Okowa, for the office of President and Vice President on 25th February 2023, saying that only PDP Atiku Okowa that can reset Nigeria and make her work again. Those propagandists and deceptive politicians projecting Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu for president, especially the spokesperson Lai Mohammed, Festus Keyamo San, Chief Femi Fani-Kayode, and the cabal are not men of integrity and does not mean well for Nigeria and Nigerians. These enemies of Nigeria and Nigerians are working very hard to sell a bad and expired product in the person of Bola Tinubu. Their effort is aimed at finally putting Nigeria in absolute bad light in the global stage, God forbid. Today, Nigeria is broke, the economy is in comatose, and hunger pervades the nation. A president suffering from brain disease will worsen our problems as a nation. Therefore, Tinubu should honorably step aside from the presidential race. They know that Tinubu is suffering from acute brain disease and other health problems, but are bent on deceiving Nigerians to vote a man that is mentally and physically unfit for the job of president, which requires a sound mind, excellent health, and mental fitness. It is crystal clear from Tinubu's uncoordinated and grossly embarrassing utterances and statements that the APC presidential candidate was and is still suffering from acute brain diseases and also physically unfit to do the hectic job of a president. Nigerians must of a necessity vote out APC for presenting a candidate that would further compound the neck-breaking, multifaceted problems imposed on Nigeria and Nigerians by the failed APC national government under the joint leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari and the mentally and physically unfit presidential candidate Alhaji Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I urge Nigerians, especially eligible voters, to take up their PVCs, not Tinubu's APV, and vote PDP and her healthy, competent, and mentally sound presidential candidate Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and his running mate, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Ato Okowa, for the office of President and Vice President on the 25th February 2023, Oganesiwe said. Wow. So this is what Oganesiwe is talking, revealing the real enemies of Nigeria. And what he's saying is that the real enemies of Nigeria are those that are projecting Bola Tinubu as president of Nigeria to be, knowing fully well that he has very serious mental issues, very serious health issues. And why are they selling us an expired product? All right. How are they selling us expired product? Looking at or knowing fully well that even the current APC government suffered the same fate from beginning, where President Buhari has not rested in Nigeria. He's always in London for medical care. And all his 8 years of being in office is medical care. And that is why he's not in control of government at all. And now, cabal, he had been ruling Nigeria by proxy. All right? And cabal have been running this government right from the beginning of Buhari getting into power in 2015. Cabal, different kinds of cabal have been running the government till today. And now we're about to make the same mistake again of voting another APC person who is having obvious health issues and lacking the capability to pilot the affairs of this country when he gets to the office. And we are still pushing for such people. It doesn't work. All right? We can't continue to push for such person. So he mentioned, Oganesiwe mentioned the likes of Lai Mohammed, Festus Keyamo, Femi Fani-Kayode as the real enemies of Nigeria, as the APC propagandists who are trying to sell Tinubu to the rest of Nigerians, knowing fully well that Tinubu will not be able to run the affairs of this country if he gets into power. And that is true. Whatever this man has said about Tinubu and APC is 100% correct. But where I have concern again, does the Atiku also have the capacity to do the job of president of Nigeria? And what about all other baggages that are on his neck? Because it's only Nigeria now that people will have integrity issues and they will still succeed. And very soon, even ex-convict will become president of Nigeria. Because we are unnecessarily sentimental, either with tribal sentiment or religious sentiment or political affiliation sentiment, just name it, club sentiment, society sentiment. So it's only Nigeria that does everything out of sentiment rather than being objective in whatever we do for the purpose of excellence. We don't do that. We are always sentimental. And also in the mix of our sentiment, we also have, we allow our selfish interest to becloud us and shield us and cover our eyes and our faces against general and public interest. And that is why everybody wants to go there and cut their share and go away. God will help us in this country. Tinubu is going there because it's his turn. He was saying it's his turn. Atiku is going there because he's saying it's his turn. That is the only thing that is happening here. They don't have genuine interest of Nigerians at heart. They are the same old crop of politicians that have been recycling themselves over the years. You know, they are even the people that plunged Nigeria into this current state it is. So what do they have to offer? Absolutely nothing. Both Tinubu and Atiku don't have anything to offer Nigeria. They are just going there to recover their investment. The money they have spent in campaigning over the years is what they are going to recover. or probably their businesses that have collapsed, they want to recover the money for their businesses. That is all. They really, and they put themselves as former president of Nigeria with lifetime presidential benefits for them. That is just what they want. They're not going there to do anything. Nigerians, be wise. Nigerians, be wise. Somebody is saying here, let's see this comment. Somebody is saying anybody can commit gaffe. Did Peter Obi not refer to Nasarawa State as a country? Did you haters give it a headline? His statistical gaffe about 2021 budget figure. Did you enemies of human endeavors notice that all your effort to demarcate Asiwaju Tinubu will fall and backfire? By God's grace, shame will overwhelm you by the time he's declared the winner and sworn in. Can you imagine? This same person is still, and a very healthy person, because that is Nigeria. Nigeria is a country where healthy and mentally sound people will be supporting a sick, old, aged people in Nigeria. Just like the people that are following Buhari, the likes of Sibanjo, his son, is supporting the likes of Buhari, who hardly write his name on paper. Now, the same thing is trying to play out again with Tinubu. This is just the cycle of politics in Nigeria. And it's very bad. And it's now the logo of APC. So people beware. People beware. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment below.